What top 3 strategies did you use when you grew 900 managements or doors over a 4-year period? What are the best 3 strategies that are going to do it? Hi everyone, Darren Hunter here, and I'm with
Deniz, Yusuf.
We are from Inspired Growth Training. We specialize in helping real estate business owners and business development managers to grow their portfolios, grow their rent rolls, get more doors, get more managements, whatever you want to call it. And Deniz, right now, we're talking about how can we get 100 quality leads a month so we can grow. What top 3 strategies did you use when you grew 900 managements or doors over a 4-year period? What are the best 3 strategies that are going to do it?
Darren, these are actually my 3 top strategies that I actually use. And strategic alliances is number 1. The second one is investor evenings, information nights, whatever you want to call it. And the third one is the investor support service. Those 3 are 3 key areas that helped me list over 30 properties a month. There's other avenues, as you know, but today we're just going to be focusing on those 3.
Okay, so with the strategic alliances, now we can also call that referral partners. How does that work? Now, I was just speaking to Shoshana the other day, who's one of our people that we coach, and she contributes half of her rent roll and growing her rent roll on strategic alliances. How does it work?
So, Darren, a lot of people rely on a sales team to grow their rent roll, which is great. If you're a property management only business, you know, you still need to build a referral partnership with a sales agent, even if they've got a property management division. But if you're PM only, you can't rely on sales. So you've actually got to be proactive. Now, in searching for leads. So the most important thing to do is you've got to think, who are the mum and dad investors speaking to before they call that sales agent? Who are the raving fans for your real estate office? You know, think about it, Darren. When you bought your first home, you didn't just go straight to the real estate agent, did you?
No, not at all. Not at all. It started up. In fact, the real estate agent was like 3rd or 4th cab off the rank.
Yeah, and it can be even, you know, further down the rank, you know, with the right processes in place. So the first thing you do is, you know, for myself, I said, Dad, I've got some money in the bank. I want to buy a house. And he goes, okay, well, great. Go to the bank. So what did I do? I went to the bank. And the bank guy said, where's your paperwork? And I went, okay, so what paperwork do you need? Well, I need your accountant. So then I had to go to the accountant, and then the accountant said, okay, no problem, that's great. I think you need to see a financial planner as well. And I went, okay, great. Saw the financial planner, got the paperwork from the accountant. Then I went to the bank, and then the bank said, okay, this is how much money you can get. So think about the processes. There was my dad. In some cases, it could be your friends, you're talking about looking to buy, you know, and then you've got the financial planner, you've got the accountant, and then you've got the bank, and then you're looking to the real. That's 6.
But the bank is a little bit traditional. Of course, it's the mortgage broker as well. And you know, Deniz, I know just about every mortgage broker I have spoken to, none of them have a referral relationship or a formal relationship with any property management business. How sad is that?
Well, it is very sad. And you know what's actually exciting about that sadness is that means there's bigger opportunities for those proactive agents out there wanting to build relationships with a mortgage broker or a banker. Because when that, you know, potential landlord goes to the bank or the mortgage broker and they say, look, I want to get a loan so I can buy an investment property, they need to be that raving fan. They need to be thinking of you or being top of mind. Right, so you've got to be top of mind with them. So that means you've got to build relationships with them. You've got to have meetings with them. You've got to ask them, you know, for them to refer business to you, which opens up a whole, you know, can of worms on its own, because you can't just pick up the phone and say, hey, Darren, I know you're a mortgage broker. Surely you get landlords that, you know, people that are looking to buy an investment property come and ask for a loan. I want you to refer them to me. Darren's just thinking, I just need to write this loan. I don't care about referring business. So there's the approach as well. So I'm going to give you a quick script, and Michael Sanzer is the master of this in giving this script. So basically you're giving a mortgage broker a call, or an accountant or a financial planner, whoever it is, and you've just got to say, ring, 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 ring. Here's an example. Hi, my name's Deniz. I'm from IGT Realty. I just wanted to speak to someone in your firm that is experienced in dealing with loans for people looking to buy an investment property. A little bit about myself is I speak with hundreds of potential landlords and owners of investment properties a year, and they're always asking me questions about loans for investment properties. That's not my area of expertise. So can you tell me, is this your area? Can you help me in this? So of course, they're all of a sudden going to be selling themselves to you, right? They're going to be wanting to give you the information, and that's when you can then open it up and say, that's fantastic. So is it okay if I, refer some potential clients to you? Or, Mr. Mortgage Broker, do you have any blogs that you've written that I could email my clients? I've actually got some articles that might be of interest for you. 10 ways in how to reduce your stress levels as an owner that could be good for your clients. So you're building relationship with them. You're asking them to sell themselves to you rather than asking them to refer business. From time to time, we are looking for articles, and that's when you can go on to the next strategy that we're going to talk about, investor evenings. Because you say, from time to time, Mr. Mortgage Broker, Mr. Accountant, whoever you're dealing with, we also run investor evenings, and we're looking for people to speak at them. So again, you're coming in from this approach, Darren, in building relationships, building rapport, connections with strategic alliances, so that they want to deal business with you, but you're asking them for help. You're not saying, give me your business, So the idea is, and look, you've got strategies in commenting on their social media platforms and emailing them, adding them to your database, because you should be sending them newsletters as well. So you become top of mind with them. But it's important to meet with them for coffee. Go and meet the rest of the team as well. Become a raving fan within everyone in their office. They're really important.
Yeah. So Deniz, I think let's just go back. Strategy number one, strategic alliances or referral partners. And we're connecting with everyone in the investment property process. I call it the food chain. We got accountants, financial planners, mortgage brokers, and we've also got real estate salespeople too, because they're involved in the process. But we'll talk more about that in strategy number 3. But also there's tradespeople, or in America, in the USA, they call them vendors. So all of those people, we can set relationships up. And I think, you are doing anywhere between 5 to 10 properties signing up or doors a month. All right. But typically
just from my referral.
Just from strategic alliances, correct. And so strategy number 2, investor evenings. I think typically, Deniz, we're seeing once they're done regularly, then we're looking at, we're seeing particularly Greg in New Zealand, doing that up to 3 properties a month on average, because it's not just the short-term results of getting leads directly out of the evenings, but it's the ongoing effect, because just because someone attended the investor night doesn't mean that they're ready to buy now. It might be 6 or 12 months later, but people that have been to an investor night, it's top of mind, and it stays top of mind because of the impact of really seeing you be the experts and really shine. Absolutely,
Darren. So let's explain it. An investor evening is where you're putting together a night where you use your strategic partners. You get an accountant to speak at it. Anyone in the process of real estate prior to the property being purchased is ideal, because all of their clients are your potential clients. And all of your clients are their potential clients. So it's just something that you work with together, whether you're part of a BNI or a business networking meeting or whatever the case is. They all should be running some form of a networking event for their clients. So as a real estate agent, we invite potential landlords, current landlords, and we even invite tenants. You can even invite, past clients, right? Because all of these people are still involved in some form of a process of real estate. And your job is to educate them about the future of real estate. Your job is to educate them how they may be able to buy another property. how the benefits of using an agency versus managing it yourself, how to market a property. People ring real estate agents because they don't know the answer. So you can put on a night where you can answer all of these questions at the same time, even update on the market, what's happening with the future market of your local area. So you get all these experts together, they all invite their clients, you invite your clients. So then you put on an event and you might have 10-minute speaking spot per person. Darren, the very first event I put on, I think I listed 4 properties, which is unheard of, right? The idea of putting an event on is not to get the listings on the night. But I was fortunate enough to get 4 listings the first time. It's about that later. You mentioned Greg Watson. Greg Watson actually put on an event, I think it was 2 years ago now, and he had someone ring him the next day and say, look, I couldn't go to that evening that you put on. Can someone come around and explain what it is? He went around and explained what happened, gave them information. That person had 6 properties. 6 properties.
Yeah.
So there are times you will get instant gratification, but it's about that online presence. And like you said, you're looking like that market expert in your area because you're putting on these events.
All right, let's just keep on moving on now. We're already with the first 2 strategies, which is strategic alliances and investor evenings. I mean, if these things are properly implemented, already you should be doing at least 10 new doors or managements a month just from that. I know, Deniz, you probably were already doing 20 by this stage. But let's now move on to probably the biggest strategy of all. I mean, this is a huge one, investor support services. And just we've only got a couple of minutes, Deniz. How does this work and how was this the most effective for you?
Okay, so let's highlight that I listed over 745 properties in a 3-year period doing this strategy as my key focus. So I was doing the investor evening, strategic alliances, I was doing everything else. And anyone can look up those other strategies online on our website, Darren. They can download them, right? If they just go to bdmcoach.com, they can have a look at all of that. So what I did is I ran what I called an investor support service. I was sick and tired of investors when I rang them up and they said, I bought off the agent down the road, so I gave them the listing. So I needed to work out how can I get that lead earlier? Because sales agents, they do a great job of selling the property, but they weren't referring the business to me until the house was approved for finance or they were approved to purchase the property, whatever. So I tweaked the back end of the website portals where all of our properties were advertised for sale. And so I was getting all of those inquiries. They were coming into my inbox. So I could monitor when someone was looking to buy a property, they would say, how much would this rent for? The sales agent wasn't thinking, I'll give this to Deniz now because their job's to sell the house. So what I was doing was I was actually making contact with these potential investors at the time, and I was educating them on the rents, higher rents they could get, potential, and then I was encouraging them and educating them why it was important for them to email me a list of other properties they're looking to buy, because it doesn't matter who they buy off, I will help them with the rent returns, potential higher returns, and if they're going to attract the best quality tenant with that home or not. Now, Darren, this here is key because it's building that pipeline of staying in contact with them. If they didn't list with me and they still went with the other agent, I had rapport with them and I was making contact with them, and I was even at some points doing pre-settlement inspections for people that purchase properties from other agents and getting the management, right? So it was an amazing process that I loved doing, and I love training on it as well. I'm very passionate about the investor support service.
So Deniz, is it fair to say that you were doing the job of what that property manager in that agency that had that sales listing, what they could be doing, but you were actually doing that appraisal for them? Because is it fair to say that property manager was too busy probably with getting repairs done, dealing with new tenants, all of those things, and didn't have the time to supply the sales people or the sales listing with rental appraisals?
Yeah, so by the time that sales agent had gone to the other agent within their office and they'd asked for some help, I'd already done it. It was done. Now, Darren, we've got the self-managed, we've got the PM only businesses.
Yes.
So PM only business, they should be in networks with sales only agents, and they should still be contacting current sales agents that have their own property management division, because sometimes they're not happy with it.
Yeah.
Especially if you're managing properties and another sales agent is selling that management, you need to be acting on behalf of your own owner, and you can even attend that sales open, okay, that the other agent is selling, because it's your management still. Now, you can still go to house and land packages, Darren. There's businesses that sell houses, brand new homes. They've got agents sitting them, educating potential people building a home to buy it. GJ Gardner Homes, Hotondi Homes, Beechwood Homes, there's so many. So they're actual sales agents. So a PM only company should be dealing with house and land packages and giving them rented opinions and talking to them about who's looking to purchase those as well. So there's help for PM only as well. This isn't just if you've got a sales division within your company. It's mind-boggling how many leads are out there.
Yeah,
absolutely mind-boggling.
Yeah. So I think with what we've just discussed here, and we've got to wrap things up now, is that if done properly, strategic alliances, investor education evenings, and the investor support services as well, where you're helping people looking to buy an investment property before they make that decision with whatever property they're looking at in the market. You're helping them with rental appraisals and tenant attraction ratings and all those sort of things. Done properly, we should be now bringing in anywhere between 20 to 30 new doors or managements or properties a month, and that's 240 plus to 350, 360 properties a year alone, just with those three things. So just to tidy up again, Deniz, how many properties did you sign up? Was it on strategy number 3 alone? Was it
745 properties in a 3-year period?
3-year period, just with strategy number 3 only.
Yeah, and I was already had the other strategies in the pipeline, right?
Yeah.
So once I started doing the investor support services, my numbers began to double.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was listing between 12 to 15 properties, and then on average, at the end of my run, I was averaging over 30 properties a month plus.
Yeah. So, guys, some great strategies there. Of course, none of this works unless you implement. Get in contact with us at any time. Just email us or email Deniz, DENIZ @igtmail.com. Great session, Deniz, and take care, everybody.
Take care.